Hey everyone, welcome to Season 3 of the Ottawa Senators franchise mode in NHL 21. If you missed the last episode, a spoiler, we won the Stanley Cup in year number 2. The team is stacked with young talent. Gonna go through the lines with you guys right now. So we got Corey Grant, who was our second overall pick in year number 1. We actually won the draft lottery going from, I believe, 13 to 2. So we got him, an incredible player. He's a sniper. As guys can see, his shot is 96 across the board. Mid to high 80s, puck skills, 91 speed. He's amazing. He's only 19 and he's already 87 overall medium elite. We got Tim Schutzline, Brady Tkachuk on the first line, giving him a +3. So the first line is playing like a 91, 90, and 90. That line should go off. On second line, we have Jaden Schwartz and Claude Giroux along with Colin White. So they have a +3 as well. So line number 2 is playing like an 89, 91, and 88. Then line number 3 is a +3 as well. We have Connor Brown, Josh Norris, and Nick Ritchie. So they're playing like an 85, 88, 89 on a third line. And the fourth line is a +1, making Kopaka 83, Brown an 85 overall center on the fourth line, and Batson an 84. So the depth on this team is so good. I really want to win as many Stanley Cups as possible with this core intact. So we're going to definitely try to go back-to-back. In terms of defense, we have Thomas Chabot, Eric Brandstrom playing like a 92 and 85. Ty Smith and Adam Larson play like an 85 and an 84. Then Jarmelson and Zub as our shutdown pair on the third pairing. And in goal, we do have Matt Murray. He does have 2 years left on his contract at $6.6 million, and we have Philip Gustafson here backing him up. 82 overall, 24 years old, medium starter. It's possible it'll be Murray's last year in Ottawa, because if I can have Gustafson, who's 4 years younger, it really doesn't make much sense to keep Murray if Gustafson becomes the same or higher overall. But Murray won us the Stanley Cup, so I'm going to ride with Murray as much as I can and see how well he performs. And I'm going to show you guys as well as special teams. So the first unit has a +3. Grant, Giroux, Tkachuk, Stützle, Chabot. So with the +3, the first units overalls are 90, 91, 91, 94, and 90. They should score a ton of power play goals. Even the second pairing is very good with that +1. All mid to high 80s. The 4-man power play is looking like this. Then we got the penalty kill, who actually has a +3 and a +1, and then 3-man a 0. So we shouldn't be giving a whole lot of shorthanded goals and score a lot of power play goals. Special teams should be good for our team. In the AHL, we actually have a +3 on both units. This guy here, Oli Malmivara, we picked him up as second round in 2021. And he's a 75 overall medium top 6 at only 19. So looking forward to him to grow. He could potentially be in our NHL team in a few years. Emil Bedstrom, Sokolov, Abramov. So a lot of young talent here. Greg's only 20. We have Formentim and Shapik on the third line along with Lehkonen. Just shows how much depth we have with prospects, which is a good sign for the future. Defense has a +3 as well. All of these guys have a +3. That Hickey Brown. Our AHL team is honestly stacked. They could win a Calder Cup. There we go. We got Hugo Allenfeld, 78 overall, 21. Listed as a minor starting goalie, so hopefully he can grow. Kevin Mandelis, low fringe starter, 73 overall. That's a look at our teams. I'm going to show you guys the coaching staff as well, because the coaching staff is a big part, of course, of that chemistry. We don't have a goalie coach. I've sent a few contract offers, but we have an 84% staff chemistry right now. Ty McKinley is our head coach. You guys can see already a Stanley Cup. 71% team fit, which is amazing. Now, after the preseason, we did fairly well. We had some high-scoring games. 8 goals against the Leafs, 6-3 against the Panthers, 7-6 shootout win against the Wings. So we are 5-2 going into year number 3 here. Drake Batson leading the team with 8 points in 7 games. So here we go, guys. Year number 3 with the Ottawa Senators. Hopefully we can go back-to-back. That is definitely my goal of this episode. I'll make trades if needed. Gonna simulate a few months and see what position we're in. just at the end of December. At the new year, January 2023, we are 23-13-2. We seem to be a bit streaky. Like, we win a lot of games and then we'll lose a few in a row. Although we are first in the division right now, three-way tie for 48 points, and one team, the Lightning, has 47. So extremely tight division. Corey Grant has 20 goals in 38 games played. I mean, that first line is just crazy. Tkachuk, not as high of scoring, but has 23 assists, which is good there. Chabot, 34 points. So already a point per game or over for our top guys there, which is awesome. When I see goaltending here, Murray and Gustafsson. So both of them pretty solid stats. Honestly, Gustafsson is playing even better overall than Murray. But a good goaltending tandem, good young guys on our team. I really like the chemistry. I'm going to give it a few more months here up to the trade deadline and see what position we're in. Okay, so just before the trade deadline, we have 77 points, 36, 20, and 5. We're 2 points behind the Bruins for first in the division. We do have a cushion of 5 points over the Habs and a cushion of 9 points over the Sabres. So there are 75 points already in only 61 games. 44 goals for Corey Grant. He has a very good chance to reach 50s. He's already one shy of his rookie total of goals in like 20 less games. So 89 overall there, Corey Grant. Unbelievable. So right now with that +3, meaning he's playing like a 92 overall. Brady Tkachuk, look at our first line. First, second, and third in team scoring. Claude Giroux with 20 goals. Jaden Schwartz with 20 goals as well. We picked him up as a sniper, and I'm really happy to see him produce like that. Chabot +13. There's a look at the rest of the guys. Nick Ritchie, 26 points, which is good. Brandstrom, 20 points +5. Even Jarmelson and Larson, I was a bit worried about how they would produce, but look at that. I mean, for shutdown defensemen, +18, +4, and +13, I'm really not worried about them putting the puck in the net, but just having them with that plus is fantastic. Again, shutdown guys, 6'3", 6'3", 6'2", they're just there to stop the puck and help out Matt Murray and Philip Gustafsson. Looking at goaltending stats, very solid. So goals against average under 3 and a save percentage over 9 for both of them with winning records. That's really all I can ask for. So the team is almost first, like I said, 2 points behind the Bruins. And looking at the other divisions, we would be first in any division except the Central, which is very, very strong. So we're going to check out the AHL team Belleville. They're second in the division there. That is very good to see. So I'm going to go into the trade deadline and see what moves we can potentially make. All right, so right off the bat, Jonathan Huberdeau, Ryan O'Reilly. So some big names right at the top. 2 firsts and Elnefeld or a goaltending prospect, Mali Vara, and a second. So that would be definitely an interesting trade. Although our center depth is very, very strong as it is. We have Stützle, Giroux, Norris, and Brown. So O'Reilly would be good, but I would much rather have like a defenseman potentially. Let's see what's available. We have OEL, but he's in a big contract. Greenway, we actually tried to get him in free agency in the past episode. Igor Shesterkin in goal, 27 exact elite, but we have very good goaltending prospects already. If anything, I honestly think I may be only looking at a defenseman to play like second or bottom pairing, but at the same time, you know, guys are very, very good in plus minus wise. So I'm going to browse around, see what's available. I really don't want to make like a trade just to make a trade. It really needs to fit the team because we're doing so well. I'm going to see what is available. Now, I will try to make a trade for a defenseman, as I mentioned. I'm going to try to get Jacob Chychrun, a very good defenseman for the Arizona Coyotes there. 85 overall at 24, low elite potential. He's on a very good deal, 4.6 for 3 years. And he would fit perfectly on our top four. As guys can see, 100% confirmed on the Pro Scout assignment. All power play lines. I'm going to try trade away Adam Larson. He is 5 years older, 2 overall slower, 83 at 30, and Chychrun is 85 at 24, so actually 6 years older than him. Going to throw in Russell in the trade, 53 overall at 18. We have very good goaltending prospects as it is right now. And he's extremely low overall. He was actually a 3rd round pick for us in the past draft. And with these goaltending prospects, a lot of times you get them late in the draft, elite potential. You can use them for trade bait. So let's see if that's going to go through. Trades rejected. So we might have to add a pick or two. I think that we can make this work. So I'm going to add a 3rd round pick along with this trade. and see if that's going to push it over the edge. We only have a first and a third for this year, so I'm going to get the third from next year just so we balance out our picks that we have. So Adam Larson, a third, and Russell for Jacob Chychrun. Trade is accepted. There you go. Welcome to Ottawa, Jacob Chychrun. Thank you, Arizona. So I think that's really the only trade we have to make at a trade deadline. Our fourth group is so good. I mean, we have an 85 overall with the chemistry in the fourth line. So offense is good. Chabot, Brandstrom, Smith, and Chychrun. Johnson and Zuba, the bottom pairing. I think that's solid enough. Murray, Gustafson. Again, we're really a good team. So I don't want to make too many trades and change the team. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I think with getting Chychrun, it is an improvement on defense. All right, so Chychrun actually fits our team wonderfully. First of all, +1 with Ty Smith, so playing like an 86 and an 85. The first pairing is intact. Now, looking at special teams, he does fit on the power play. It gives actually a +3 on, it actually gives a +1 here on the second unit. We still have the +3 in the first unit. This may be the best penalty kill I've ever had in franchise mode, guys. +3 and a +5 on the penalty kill. This team should not be giving up many power play goals. This is insane. I mean, just with the chemistry, 88, 85, 88, 94. Second unit, 88, 91, 88, 85. I mean, that penalty kill will just shut everything down. 0, and now it's got +1 and a 3-man, which is like extremely rare to see. Gustafson is still an 82, Murray an 83. Our team is looking good. Forward group is the same. Let's just end off the year and hopefully have another deep cup run over in Belleville. They're second in division, 33, 16, and 5 with 71 points. Let's simulate the rest of the year, see how the team does, and see how Chychrun fits in with his new team. The year's been completed. We're first in the Eastern Conference, first in the Atlantic, 102 points, 48 wins, 1 win more than the Boston Bruins. Looking at the West, the Avalanche, Blackhawks, Jets, and Stars all have 100+ points. So they've been absolutely on fire. The Central was stacked. So even in the Central, we would have been in third place with 102 points. But very glad with how we finished. Dusa, 93 points, almost at 100 mark, and he's only 21. Corey Grant with 55 goals at 20 years old, 89 overall. This guy's going to be crazy good for us to chuck. Our first time was on fire. I mean, Stutzla, a good mix of goals and assists. Corey Grant, the sniper. Tkachuk, really the playmaker of the group. Very happy with that. Giroux, 24 goals at 35 years old. 69 points. Very nice. As well as Colin White. Jaden Shorts, 28 points there. Chabot, 57. 61 points. And a +15 as a defenseman. Brown, Norris. Chychrun there. Want to see how well he did. 4 points in 20 games and a -2. Definitely not amazing, but still solid. He's on a very good contract, so I think he's going to definitely help us out. Brandstrom had 10 goals there. Kopaka, 15 goals on the fourth line. Just how stacked the team was. Dramos in there, a +21. Zoo +15. And in goal, Murray was very good, as well as Gustafson. Both of them had very strong numbers. Definitely happy for that. Take out goaltending in Belleville. Oh, wow. Alnefelt went off. That is an insane year. 30, 12, and 6 with 7 shutouts and 920 save percentage of 206 goals against. I mean, our 3 goaltenders with a save percentage over 915 and a goals against 214 or lower. That Belleville goaltending was elite for sure. And I'm going to take a look at how they finish in the standings as well. So Belleville finished second there. They have a few games left, actually, so they could potentially still go and pass the Rockets. So that's good to see that we have some good young players for the future as well. Taking a look now at scoring throughout the entire National Hockey League. So we have Patrick Kane, 103 points and 58 goals. He's still amazing. Nylander there with 96. Ovi, 95, 52 goals. The Brinkout with a big year. John Carlson, 94 points and a +24. Just give him the Norris right now. Sagan Stützle there on the first page. He had more points than Connor McDavid. Wow. So Corey Grant finished second in scoring, had more goals than Ovechkin. Hornquist with 44, Matthews 43, Tavares 41. Defenseman, of course, John Carlson. Oh my, Eric Carlson, 2 defensemen to 2 Carlsons with more than 90 points. That is very, very rare to see that for defenseman. Chabot is on the first page, which is awesome to see. In terms of goaltending, Mrazek and Kakkonen. Big fan of Kakkonen. I have him in fantasy. One of the reasons that Minnesota's been doing very well, him and Talbot. Hellebuck there, Grubauer, Markstrom. Murray on the first page of goaltenders for wins. That is awesome. In terms of rookie skaters, Lucas Raymond with a big year as a rookie. 26 goals, 71 points, 31 goals for Gogolev, Toivonen. You can see down the list there. Rookie goaltending, Philip Gustafsson was had the most wins as a rookie goaltender, 908, 275. A very good year for him, and DiPietro was solid as well. So, of course, the Colorado Avalanche won the President's Trophy. Last year, I believe it was the Washington Capitals, if I'm not mistaken, but Avalanche are definitely a powerhouse. They actually drafted Aatu Ratu first overall 2 years ago in year number 1 of this sim, and I'm going to see if he made the team, because he wasn't on a team last year. Let's see, he's not on a team this year as well, so he's probably either in the minors or scratch. He's probably in the AHL. Okay, so we're playing against the Tampa Bay Lightning in round number 1, so definitely going to be a tough matchup against the stacked Lightning team. They have Gord, Point, Kucherov, Killorn, Stamkos, Radish, Johnson, Cirelli, Hosang, Kachuk, Joseph, Volkov. Okay, looking at defense, Hedman a 92 overall, Sergachev an 81. It drops down quite a bit, so they're a very top-heavy team for sure. That top 6 is very, very strong, as well as the top 4 of defense. Vasilevsky is elite, 89 overall. So he went down a couple overalls, but still, we definitely have a tough task ahead of us. Stanley Cup playoffs, year number 3. We're going for a repeat here, guys. After 2 games against the Tampa Bay Lightning, we win 1, we lose 1. Okay, so we had home ice advantage there. We're going to have home ice advantage up to the Stanley Cup finals because we are first in the East. So game number 3 here in Tampa. Oh, a 6-1 loss. That's not good. Down 2-1. We got to win this one. All right, so we tie the series here. We have 3 games remaining, 2 of them being at home. Big game here in game number 5, and we lose in overtime. Season on the line for this one. I'm going to actually slow sim it. Round number 1, we can't get an exit that quickly. Not with the team we have. I mean, our team is so incredibly strong. Period number 1, 2-0. Point and Johnson. That really hurts. Period number 2, 3-0, and it looks like that may be it. No, go back on the 4th line. Shorty. Short-handed goal. Come on, power play. We have a +3 in the first unit. They can't get it done. I mean, Vasilevsky just standing on his head right now. 32 saves for him so far. Stützle with a big goal. We're down to the last few minutes of the game. We need somebody to step up. 40 shots. Come on, guys. Oh, a power play, and we can't tie it up. A power play, we pulled a goalie, which would have been a 6-on-4. With that power play we have, I mean, the chemistry we had on the team, 42 shots. Really, we did everything we could at the end of the day, which is Vasilevsky just stole the game for Tampa there. They had a couple of big wins there, but after that, all very, very close games. So that's really heartbreaking to go down that quickly in round number 1 after winning the Stanley Cup last year. I'm going to see Belleville, how they're doing. So we're going to go ahead and simulate the Belleville playoffs. Maybe they can win a Calder Cup. We'll see. So they're up against the Cleveland Monsters here. Looks like they're actually tied. So they win that game. Looks like it's going to be a decisive game 6. So they win against the Cleveland Monsters. So we're going off against the Laval Rocket here. It's going to simulate the entire series at once. So OT loss, couple of wins. So we win against the Laval Rocket. There you go. We're in the conference final here against the Hartford Wolfpack. Come on, boys. Hopefully we can bring some hardware back to Ontario. 2 losses in a row, and we actually get swept. Oh, my God. 4-0 against the Wolfpack. So Belleville gets swept, and the Ottawa Senators lose out in round number 1. So the Tampa Bay Lightning are off to the Stanley Cup Finals. It's going to be against the Vancouver Canucks. It's just going to simulate to the draft and see who won Stanley Cup in that matchup. The Blues have fired their head coach, and the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Tucson Roadrunners. So we lost to the eventual Stanley Cup champions. So if you're going to lose, might as well lose to the best. So I don't feel as bad now. Tampa Bay, they're an extremely stacked team. We know that. So the Hunters went from 13-2, just like we did a few last year. Edmonton 5-1. Edmonton actually wins the draft lottery once again. Wow. So McDavid, Draisaitl are going to have another first overall pick to to play with in the future. So retired players, Corey Perry as a member of the Habs there, Dustin Brown, Chris Letang, 668 points, Giordano, 600 points, undrafted, which is very impressive, the great career that he's had. Goaltending, Craig Anderson and Ramo are retirees. Looks like Mark Giordano is actually a coach and Dustin Brown is scout. I'm sure Giordano, he looks like he'd be an excellent coach with the experience he has. He's been around the game a long time. He's an excellent defenseman. I honestly would see Giordano as being a good coach in real life, like bring that experience to the young guys. Looking at the awards now for the entire league, Stanley Cup, of course, to the Lightning, President's Trophy to the Avalanche. Individual awards, the Art Ross goes to Kane as well as the Hart. They usually go hand in hand in the sim. John Carlson won the Norris, very well deserved, 2 years in a row. And Lady Bing to Patrick Kane, he's bringing home some hardware. Lucas Raymond the Calder, Vasilevsky with the Conn Smythe, there you go. He carried that Lightning team for sure. With that great offense and great goaltending though, that's a deadly combination. Vezina, it goes to UC Saros, so good for him. Back-to-back years, Saros wins the Vezina. Capo Kakkonen with William M. Jennings, a Bill Masterton to Doughty, and Jack Adams to the Kings coach. So LA with a couple of awards. O'Reilly wins the Selke Trophy. Ted Lindsay and the Maurice Rocket Richard to Kane. So Patrick Kane won himself 5 awards. What a year for one of the greatest American players of all time. So congrats to Patty Kane. So next up will be the NHL entry draft. All right, so before going into the NHL entry draft, I'm going to try to work some magic first of all. Now, looking at our guys, Corey Grant is going to be absolutely incredible. 91 overall at 20 years old, all right? That's amazing. Stützle, I'm going to want to give him a big contract. So we're going into his RFA season. So he's going to be an RFA on July 1st. And what I want to do is offer him an extension right now. 9.775 for 8 years until he's 29. And honestly, that's a pretty solid deal. He's going to be high 80s, maybe even a 90 overall. And if we can get him for under 10, that'd be fantastic. So we're going to try to get him a 9.5 for 8. We would have 32 million of cap space left for the extension re-sign phase. So we're just going to give him a contract extension right now. In terms of goaltending, I may try to trade Murray at the NHL entry draft or not at the draft. At the free agency on July 1st, because the thing is, he's making 6.6 million. Philip Gustafson is 4 years younger and only 1 overall lower. And unfortunately, Matt Murray just didn't work out in the past season. He was very good, but unfortunately, he did have some pretty rough games in the playoffs. I would like to have a younger goaltender. And in the system, we have a couple of young studs there. We have Alnefeld that could be very good for us moving forward as well. Maybe have him as an NHL backup eventually. So I'm going to see if there's anything I could get for Matt Murray. Probably going to trade him on July 1st. If I see we're in a position to draft, you want to move up, that's definitely an option. So hopefully Stützle will accept that offer. We're going to look at the draft class. So 5 medium elites right off the bat, which is what you usually see. This guy here is scouted to go 9th overall. He's a gem. Lorenzo Furr, a left winger. We have a gem at 137. Going to pin him as well. So we are picking 26 overall. I'm wondering if I could potentially move up to get one of those guys at the top. So this guy here, 9th overall, Lorenzo Furr, 46 goals in the WHL, 82 goals. He's 18. Looks like he'd be amazing. It'd be similar to Joe Thornton. So if I could move up and get him, he's scouted to go 9th overall. I would like to go maybe 7th or 8th, trade up just to be on the safe side. The Kings actually have their pick on the block. So I'm going to see if I can get 6 overall to get that winger. That's the gem. See what move I can make. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to simulate up to about 7 or 8. And I'm just going to see if the guy is still available that we want to pick. So I really don't want to make a trade and we can't get him anyway. So I'm going to simulate up to a few picks up to number 7 here. And looking at the top 5, so 82 overall medium sniper goes to the Oilers. 82 medium elite. 82 overall power forward. So wow, McDavid and Draisaitl are going to have another really talented young player to play with. So it looks like the player that we want would still be available, which is the left winger here, Lorenzo Furr at 9th overall. So So unfortunately, I really wasn't able to make a trade. He actually goes 8th overall, 65 overall medium elite. So really not a very high potential player. So at the same time, I'm glad I really didn't give much for him. 65 overall is pretty low. So I'm content with just getting our pick at number 26. See what's available out here. So we actually have a guaranteed low elite. See, sometimes it's good to be patient here. A couple guys, it could be medium elite, but I'd rather take the sure thing. A center, Lance Pozo, 35 goals. Had a very good year, 78 points down to USA, only 17. Looks like he's not very good with face-offs, but very good with offensive creativity, magic hands. 1 year away. Lance Okposo, see what overall he is. 73 low elite. See, he's actually 8 overalls higher than a player we're trying to get at 9th. He's a lower potential, but I'm definitely going to take that. That's a pretty good steal for late in the first round. I'm happy with that pick. Now, it's our next pick here. We have a couple of guys that could be elite, potentially. They're about 50%. So I'm going to take a chance with one of those. There's really not a lot of guaranteed guys left in this draft in terms of scouting. So Radoslav Galvis, he's a defenseman, 6'5", 220 at 18. He's a huge guy. I'm going to take him, a big size defenseman, low top 4, 63 overall. And definitely a solid pick for the 3rd round. We're into the 4th round here. Oh, this guy could be a medium top 4 defenseman. Michael Klefbom, left defenseman. Take him, 58, medium top 6. So for next pick, I'm going to take Alexei Brinlings. He could be a low elite. He's a winger. We got a couple of defensemen. I'm going to take a couple of 4s. 59 low top 9. Not a very good pick. As our next pick, I really want to take a player that I pinned earlier. It could be low elite. Esa Kilholma, a defenseman, scouted to go 254. So may not even be drafted in this draft. 49 low top 4. So not great, but this should be our last pick of the draft. Just going to try and take this guy. It could be low elite. McMahon, low 70s. Not an extremely good draft, but our 1st round pick, getting Okposo, low elite. Very happy for that pick. All right, guys. Tim Stützle accepts our contract. 8 years, $9.5 million. He signed on the dotted line. We have Stützle and Tkachuk signed long term. That's fantastic to see. So Corey Grant here. He's going to be an RFA in the following season, so we're going to have to wait on him. So we have a couple of players that we need to re-sign going into the re-sign phase here. I think we should still have a fair amount of cap space. $26 million, pretty good, honestly. So, I mean, Shabbat, 91 overall, making $8.5 million. Grant, 91 overall in his entry-level deal. Tkachuk, 88, making 8.2. Stützle, 87, making 9.5, and then it goes down after that. Pretty happy with the cap situation we have right now. Looking at goaltending, so yeah, we're probably going to trade away Matt Murray. Let's see what Philip Gustafsson wants. He only wants 1.6 for 2 years. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to take that deal. I'm just going to qualify him for now. Maybe there's a young elite goaltender free agency. We'll see about that later on. But let's go by position. Claude Giroux, 88 overall, 35 years old. He would be in our second line, 7.3 for 2 years. A pretty steep contract, especially for a 35-year-old on second line. Norris, I'm just going to qualify those guys here to make sure that we have them. Shapik, 80 overall. It was in the AHL. It could honestly be a 4-line center for us in the NHL this year. So Josh Norris, he wants 2.5 for 1. Definitely not bad. In terms of left wingers, Jordan Schwartz. So Jaden Schwartz, 6.6 for 4. I'm going to have to make up my lineup and just see where he would fit. He was on our second line last year. Probably could still be on our second line this year because we have to Chuck, Grant, and Stützle on the first line. So what I'm going to do is just going to go ahead and qualify all those guys that we need for the AHL and then look at the lines and see who I should give a contract to. All right, so I qualified all of our RFAs that we need to bring back in some offers to the AHL players. I'm going to try to bring a few players back. So Connor Brown here, 84 overall at 29, wants 4.6 for 3 years. It's a pretty fair deal. I'm just going to give him 4.25, see if he re-signs. I really want to keep Brown in our team. In terms of left wingers, I would really like to keep Jaden Schwartz, although it looks like he doesn't want an extension. He's 31 years old at 85 overall, 4 years. Let's see if I can give him like 2 years at 6.25, see if he accepts that. He'd be a really good second line sniper for us like last year. In terms of the younger guys, they're all on pretty cheap deals, like around $1 million, $2 million. So I'm not worried about all the RFAs. We can definitely bring them all back. Ty Smith here, he only wants 4.6 for 4 years. So I'm going to give him 4.25. Once again, see if he signs that contract. Jarlmusen there. I'm not sure if we're going to keep him. 4 million for an 83 overall. I'm going to wait on Jarlmusen a few days, see how the contract situation goes with the other guys. Maybe I'll trade Matt Murray when we go into free agency on July 1st. We have Gustafsson there as an RFA. Decord, Mandelis, one of these guys is going to be HL backup. LNFL is going to be the starter. Going to advance the day here, see if we can get those offers signed. Okay, so Emil Bedstrom comes back. Ty Smith's going to reject. Okay, so Connor Brown accepts. Jane Shorts accepts as well. So that's big for sure. So Ty Smith here, I'm just going to give him what he wants. 4.675 for 4 years. See if he comes back. Josh Norris here, 2.5 for 1. Let's see if I can give him like a bit more. I'm going to see 3 years. I'm not sure what I want to give him. I'm going to wait on the RFAs. Drake Batterson is pretty cheap. If I can give him for like 1.5, being on a third or fourth line, I think that's very solid here. Formentum, Kopaka, Shapik, all those guys as well. Like $1 million for like a third or fourth liner. That's extremely cheap. Kopaka, going to wait on him. Shapik here, 2 million is going to wait on him as well. Hopefully Ty Smith signs. That's a big piece we really got to keep for a defensive core. He's in our top 4. All right, so just all of our scouts re-signing here. Okay, so Ty Smith, 4 years. He's re-signed until he's 27. That's good. Drake Batterson re-signs. Alex Formentum as well. That's awesome to see. So we just have about 10 million of cap space left. A couple of guys we have as UFAs. Claude Giroux on 7.3 for 2 years. Probably going to pass on Giroux. We could definitely get a younger player for the same price, as well as Jarlmusen. We can revisit him in free agency. So I think I'm going to get let Giroux and Jarlmusen walk, and then focus on our RFAs near the end of the summer. Maybe they're going to get a bit cheaper. At the worst case, it's like $1 million each. And then look at the lines we have and see what we can get in free agency. Here's Okposo. We got him, of course, in the first round. 26 overall. He's only 17, so to give him some time to grow in the United States here. Looking at his stats, already 90 speed. It's weird how he has very good deking, hand-eye, and passing, but bad puck control. Very good slap shot accuracy. Bad slap shot power. Very bad wrist shot accuracy, but good wrist shot power. So definitely a very unique set of skills for that player there. Okay, so Josh Norris actually just signed. So this is a look at the contracts we have. We have 7.5 million of cap space left to go into free agency. We're going to have to give Grant a contract next season as well. So looking at free agency, David Pastrnak, that's a huge contract. 13.6 million for 6 years, 31 goals last year. Yost, Alex Ovechkin is in free agency there. That's a look at all of the guys. We're going to have to get a couple of guys in free agency for sure. Maybe if we can get some good 2A guys, I'm going to look at that as well. Now, looking at our team, I think what our needs are a second-line center and a third-pairing defenseman. Our top line, Grant, Schutza, Tkachuk is going to stay the same. We have Schwartz and White, Ritchie, Norris, Patterson, and Brown. All those guys could be like bottom 6 or top 9 forwards if we need. Defense, we have Shabbat, Brandstrom, Smith, and Chikrin. We have Zub, could be on the bottom pairing. So I think a second line center, because I really want to get somebody that's very, very good behind Stützle. Our guys went down a couple overalls. Like we have guys that are around 83 now, 84. A couple of wingers that are 85. So let's see what's available for centers that's affordable. Our options are 6 million for an 87. Jonathan Toews, definitely not bad. Rupe Hintz, a lot of good options here. Now, looking at goaltending, this is very, very intriguing. Igor Shesterkin is available. 85 overall, 27, elite goalie. Didn't have great numbers last year, but was with the New York Rangers. Looks like they weren't really a good team, but maybe he could be a replacement for Murray and LNFL in the minors. So that's definitely an option we got to look at. If we could make a trade with Matt Murray and use that cap space to sign Shesterkin. So I'm going to see what I could potentially work in terms of magic to maybe trade away Murray. Doesn't have a lot of trade value, so it might be tough. All right, guys, we're going to try to make a trade with the Dallas Stars. So we're going to try to trade with Robert Oberger. He's 70 overall at 20 years old. Try to get Thomas Harley, who's 79 overall at 21. So we're boosting up 8 overalls with only 1 year older. He would be on our bottom pairing for defenseman, probably with Artem Zub. Medium top forward potential, 6'3", 194. So it's a pretty big body. Try to trade away Matt Murray, get the cap space to try to get Shesterkin, and then use the remaining cap space. We have to get a second line center. So we'd fit all of our needs: center with free agency, Shesterkin with free agency, and also a third pairing defense with the trade with Dallas, clearing the cap space for Matt Murray. So if this all goes to plan, it will work out. Hopefully that works. Thomas Harley, is he coming to Ottawa? Trade accepted. All right, welcome to Ottawa, Thomas Harley. Thank you for your service, Matt Murray. He won a Stanley Cup with us, so definitely grateful for his time in Ottawa. He was good for us, but I think it's time to move on, go in a younger direction. So let's see if this will work, guys. So we're going to look at goaltending here. Igor Shesterkin, 5.3 for 2 years. No other team is interested, actually. So what if I give him a bit more? Yeah, it goes up quite a bit. So I'm getting 5.375 for 2 years. 27 years old, 85 overall. So by the time that his contract is up, Hugo Alnefelt would be probably NHL goaltender at that time. I'm not sure if Wallace is going to be, it's going to work out to be an elite goaltender, but we'll try to wait Shesterkin, 5.3 for 2 years. Hopefully he signs. So 5.3, meaning we'd have just under 10 million of cap space left for a center here. So let's take a look what's affordable in the $8 to $7 million range. I mean, Patrice Bergeron, he would be fantastic. 34 goals, 51 assists last year. Top 6 forward lines. Do we just go all in and take Patrice Bergeron? I think that's pretty tempting. I mean, he's the highest overall center available at the moment. We would have the cap space to do it. Really don't need any other parts. Really don't need anything else apart from that. So 8.4 for Patrice Bergeron. Let's see if that goes through. All right, gonna simulate a few days and see if we're gonna get a Shesterkin and Patrice Bergeron on the team. Unfortunately, Patrice Bergeron goes to Buffalo. Wow, that's a surprising move. Igor Shesterkin comes to Ottawa. There you go. We have a new starting goaltender. That's awesome to see. We still have 8.8 million of cap space left for a center. Could bring back Giroux. We do have some money that we need to spend for our RFA. So I'm going to try to go a bit cheaper. Getzlaf or Cirelli would be good. I mean, Cirelli, unfortunately, he's an RFA, but here's Ryan Getzlaf, 22 goals, 40 points last year, 85 overall at 38. Shot and hands are fantastic. Defense and faceoffs as well. Just a bit slower. Fits on our top 6 forward lines. I think Getzlaf would be a pretty good addition to the team. Unfortunately, other guys that are interested in our RFAs. Rupe Hintz is another interesting option as well. You know what? I think I'm going to go for Rupe Hintz instead because he's only 1 overall lower, but he's 12 years younger. Honestly, I think that's the smart move to make. Gonna give him $4 million for 2 or 3 years, maybe. Gonna give him $4 million for 2 years. See if he signs for that. I think Rupe Hintz could be a solid second line center for us. Let's see if he accepts. And he goes to Florida. All right, so plan B. This is tough to get a center. I'm gonna try to get Ryan Getzlaf. If he's still available, he is. He's really the best option available right now for the price. We could bring back Claude Giroux. All right, he had 24 goals, 69 points last year. We know he fits very well in our team. 88 overall. You know what, guys? I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to try to bring back Claude Giroux, 7.6 for 1 year. At the end of the day, he was with our team last year. Let's see if he wants to come back and get another shot at Stanley Cup with the Ottawa Senators to be our second line center or winger. Let's see if that will go. Come on, Claude Giroux. He comes back. Okay, so the Ontario kid Claude Giroux comes back to Ontario. There you go. So very happy for that. Taking a look now at the RFAs we had signed. We have 2.1 million of cap space left. So we're cutting it a bit close. Kopatka, Shapik, all those guys are going to have to get re-signed. So as for Philip Gustafson, he is going to be our backup to Igor Shesterkin. All right, so this is going to be a look at the team. Going to play around with the power play units for the next episode. So it looks very, very similar to last year. We have Schuster, Tkachuk, and Grant in the first line. Grant up to a 92 overall at 20 years old. He's crazy good. I mean, he's playing like a 95. Schuster playing like a 90. Tkachuk playing like a 91. So that line should be amazing this year as well. Colin White with Claude Giroux, Janie Shores, they have +3. So with a +3, you're playing like an 88, 91, and 89 overall. Line number 3, Richie Norris Brown, playing like an 85, 86, and 87. Line number 4, Kopatka, Brown, Batterson, playing like 283s and an 82. Couple of scratches for Mentim, Abramov, and Lekin in there. Defense, we have Shabbat, Brandstrom, Smith, Chikrin, Harley, and Zub. So Harley will be on the bottom pairing with Artem Zub. Top 4 still gained that +1. And in goal, Igor Shesterkin, 85 overall. Gustafsson, 83 overall, backing him up. And in the AHL, we have Hugo Alnefeld, 22 years old, 79 overall. So my plan is get Alnefeld up to a couple of ratings higher, hopefully in the AHL. Maybe bring up Alnefeld once Gustafsson or Shesterkin's contracts are up, and kind of do a rotation like that. I mean, the core of the team is the same. The majority of the team is honestly the same. And at this point, we're really hoping just for good simulation luck. The team is as good as I can have it right now. We have amazing chemistry. Of course, we will have to re-sign Corey Grant moving forward. Let's see what he wants. So just interested to see 11.7 for 6 years. Yeah, it's going to be a big contract. But I think we really have to give him that. Because looking at our team, like for next year, our core is intact. We only have Giroux we have to re-sign for our main guys. So we still have Grant. If we re-sign Grant, we have Shabbat, Tkachuk, Stusa, White, Chikrin, Schwartz, Brandstrom, Brown, Smith. Almost our entire team is going to be under contract. A lot of these guys are going to be RFAs as well. And we have our goaltender signed for a couple of years. Shesterkin anyway for a couple of years. So I think this is the window where we got to win. Within the next 2 years, we got to try to win that Stanley Cup once again. I think with this roster, it's definitely possible. If you guys enjoyed, do leave a like. Would appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new as well. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out any of the episodes. This was year number 3. Next time, we're going to go into year number 4 looking for a second Stanley Cup. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, have a great day.